Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, Leonard. Hey, TJ. Huh. We'll see how fun this is going to be because StreamYard's not being very kind to me today. Uh, Again, right before we go live, StreamYard kicked me out. So hopefully, hopefully we'll be able to keep this going. I do have a guest with me. Hadn't been on in a while. Super excited. So before anything happens again, let me go ahead and just start that intro. Oh, look at this man right here. Everyone's big brother Castle.
Let's go, baby! Tonight's the night. For what? What are we doing?
You might be running the show.
Oh
my
God! Hey,
how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. Yes, it's been a while, so I got to get my feet back into it. So let's do this. Let's do it.
Awesome. So before we get started, oh my goodness, yeah, Kyle, jeez. Oh, let's see if I can get it to go, man. Like I said, it's just StreamYard is not being kind to me today. Not being kind at all.
Let's see. Oh boy. Look at that. That is awesome.
Oh my goodness. Oh. You know, the funny thing is now I can take it off the screen.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, you're back.
My goodness. You know, it's one of those things. It's Kyle's often his secret base right now. It's StreamYard decides, no, Jay, you don't need to do anything with anyone. It's just been one of those days, folks. No idea what's going on. But I see we have somebody else in the background. I'm waiting for him to give me some kind of signal to come on or something.
Or maybe we got vodka and grape Waterloo seltzer tonight.
Ooh.
So
very nice.
Very trying to keep the slim in. So
oh, I got you, man. I got you. So the one thing that I really wanted to talk about, let's just go ahead before anything starts. Whoop. What? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. I love those. I really do. Castle, I know you watched it today, man, but we got the trailer. I know I'm wearing technically the wrong shield, but it's not wrong to me. We got a Superman trailer today. Hey, Pastor Michael. That's true. That's true. We got that Superman trailer today. Let me know what were your thoughts? What were your initial thoughts?
Okay. Well, I will say before watching it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was going through my head. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. And after watching it the first time, I thought it was okay, you know, but I watched it again. I don't know why. Maybe I was just too excited. I didn't catch a lot of stuff. Dude, the second time I watched it, I started crying. It just hit me more. It looked great. The camera work was freaking amazing. And dude, and I am the type of person that as soon as I watched it, I want to see what other people were thinking, and you were the first one, you know, and it was nice to see that. Of course, you liked it and all, but I loved your bias opinion and all shit like that. But everybody knew that you were gonna like it. But
Yeah.
it was awesome, 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 awesome.
Yeah. I was so excited for it that it was hard to sleep. I ended up waking up about 9 o'clock Central this morning, and I was like, you know what? I got my alarm set for 10:30 because I thought at time it'd be 11 o'clock. We dropped it, so I was like, let me get up at 10:30 so I get stuff ready. And what's on, Nick? Thank you. And again, if you didn't see, happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday, Nick.
Happy birthday,
My-
buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
So I'm here because it seems like Jay has gotten Comcasted. Of course, now I can't hear anything. So
hello?
I don't know what's happening.
Hello?
Something
Can you
weird has
hear me?
happened for me. But I'm here. So, Castle, you're in charge until Jay gets his stuff fixed. Don't
All
break
right,
anything.
let's go. Oh, wait, not like that. Okay. You don't pay me enough to do that. So, but no, let's see. Let me see what everybody's okay, happy birthday. But the trailer, my gosh, man. I don't know. Everybody in the comments, put down what you thought of it if you have seen it and all. But it really made me even more anxious to see this movie on July 11th because I just love the colors. I love how hokey it is. You know, I really enjoyed the whole 3 minutes. But TJ, you know what? You're right, because I thought the same thing. Is they've been going together, what, a couple of years? And now she finds out he has a dog. What, did he keep crypto a secret and all? So I don't know. I don't know how that could be. So, oh, look at me now. How about that? So, what else? What else I could say? I really liked. We finally got to see the engineer and her powers and all. I don't know how. That was another thing I was thinking. I don't know how they are going to explain her if they're not going to do the Authority movie. You know, I don't know if that was canceled or postponed, or they're going to wait to see how Superman. You know what? This is a little thing that bothers me. You know, everybody is saying that Superman has to make $1 billion for the DC universe to go forward, right? And I don't understand that. Now, anybody remember Iron Man? Okay. Iron Man, great movie. Great movie. But did that make $1 billion? No. So I don't understand why there is so much like on Superman to do like $1 billion. I think that if it's critically and everybody loves it, and let's say it makes $700-800 million, that people are going to say that is a bust. That's not good. And that they should scrap the whole thing. But, you know, I don't understand. Maybe because we got rose-colored glasses on, is that Marvel in the beginning had a couple clunkers.
Yeah.
You know, Thor 2 did not do well. Thor 1 did not do bang busters. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why now DC's got to make the $1 billion when Marvel didn't have to. That's the only thing that's upsetting me and the pressure on this movie is too much. But I am happy to say, again, what I was saying before, Jay, after I watched the trailer, I'd see trailers' reactions, and then I like to see what people are saying.
Mhm.
What I saw is about 80 to 85% of people liking it, really loving it too. I didn't see too many negatives, and I want to bring this up, but I'll let you go for a little bit because I've been going on and on. But you and I talked about they changed something in the trailer, and I have not heard anybody talk about it. Nobody's bringing it up. But go ahead, before we go there, go ahead.
Yeah. So I was telling this to Robbie when we were talking about this on Monday. The $1 billion benchmark, I don't know when that became a thing. That the money the movie makes means that's how good of a movie is, because I've seen movies that have made the $1 billion where I'm like, wasn't for me. I didn't like it. Then I've had the ones that, that were the duds that I was like, this movie was amazing. To me, the dollar amount doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more so they want to put all this pressure on Gunn because there's so many people, and it's not even about Snyder versus Gunn, okay? Because again, I've said many times, Snyder fan and Gunn fan, love both of them. Love everything from them, except for maybe a couple of things. But the point is, it's, well, if Gunn doesn't do this, the whole thing fails. They scrap the whole thing. It's like, well, not everything is going to be a hit. He's trying things.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying things, and the weird thing to me is it feels like we're flip flopping. It used to be MCU stuff, gold standard. No one can touch them. Everybody dogs on DC. Feeling like we're getting a little bit of that flip to where now people are super down on Marvel.
Oh yeah,
and they're starting to be a little more, DC heavy. I'm kind of waiting for the time where it kind of balances out, where you get excited for both things. There are people who just don't like Gunn, and it has nothing to do with the other universe. There's a lot of people that I know that aren't fans of either director. They just don't like the way Gunn does things. Which the only complaint I've ever had from Gunn, or myself I've had for Gunn, was what he did to Scrappy Doo in the Scooby-Doo movie. That was it. That was my only problem I've ever had. Like we went to, he's the mastermind. And again, my back.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my goodness. It's so weird. And this is one of those where I've said that if people weren't on board for before, dang it. They're not. I don't think this trailer is going to change their mind. Gone again, aren't I?
Yeah, you're in and out. Yeah.
Crazy. It's so crazy.
Jay, move your router closer to a window.
If it was any closer to the window, it'd be outside.
Okay, do that. Or maybe remove the plate in your head. I don't know. So I have a little bit of insider knowledge in this, and I'll talk about it. There is no dollar figure that Warner will consider a bust. Like this movie, as far as they're concerned, from what I've been told, is a loss leader.
Really?
But the next movie has to make money.
The Supergirl?
they're willing to eat money. They're Supergirl, and then the next show has to get more, HBO Max signups, and they're willing to let this be a loss leader if it builds the next. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to let this be the stepping stone for the next 4 or 5 things to get to that $2 or $4 billion movie worldwide. Because they think they can get there.
Which is what it should be.
Right.
But I will tell you that they're thinking already that, Gunn's next movie is going to be World's Finest. I think that would be the worst move ever, because how did Snyder start? Superman and then Batman and Superman. People are already comparing. They are already doing that.
But that wasn't exactly how it went.
Right.
Those were the Snyder films, but there weren't as many movies in between.
There wasn't any.
Right, exactly. It's just they went bang, bang, bang. Well,
right.
You're going to have Supergirl. You're going to have a couple of series. You're going to have several other things that are part of this continuity.
Would you
before you would get to World's Finest?
I would rather them do Brave and the Bold first. You?
And my read on it was that's probably what the World's Finest movie would be. It probably would be more of a Brave and the Bold or a Justice Society or a Justice League Europe, something a little bit more, less Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman heavy and more other characters heavy.
Yeah.
But those guys are there.
Yeah.
Personally, I think the direction they should go is it should lean into what works for them. Stop making Superman movies. Stop making Batman movies. Stop making Wonder Woman movies. How about a Legion of Doom movie?
Yeah. Yeah.
How about
the
instead of building superhero movies, build supervillain movies and the superheroes show up.
Well, that's why I like about that Clayface. I did like that idea. That's perfect. And if you introduce Batman at the end of that movie, so be it.
Right. And if Batman shows up several times during that movie, who cares?
Right.
It's about Clayface. That's the thing that I think DC has made the mistake of doing, is they worry so much about their tentpole characters and keeping them strong, they don't realize the thing they have that Marvel doesn't. If you could pick between the Joker and the Mandarin, who would you pick?
Yeah.
The Joker every time.
Every time. Yeah.
If you could pick between Bane and like Sabretooth, who you gonna pick?
Yeah. I want an actual Bane,
Right.
But there's some others that they can too. You just said it. Let's see. We're getting Lex Luthor now. Let's see a cheetah. I don't know, cheetah or
but even Lex is overused in that world, right? Like,
yeah.
But you could do a Red Tornado movie.
Absolutely.
You could do an Apocalypse movie.
I would love them to
Abomination,
a Brave and a Bold movie, but an actually Brave and a Bold. Maybe like have the team up of 2 superheroes, and it doesn't have to be Batman. I know Batman was big in Brave and the Bold later on, but you're right. Get a Red Tornado and a Firestorm, or get a Blue Devil with Etrigan. Boom. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah,
And I'm not just saying that because I just bought a splash page from this, TJ. Not at all. No, not at all. But no, that's the thing that DC has going for it that Marvel doesn't. Is their bad guys are so much better.
Yeah.
Yes, Kingpin's a great bad guy. Doc Ock, Sandman, but like overall, villain for villain, DC runs away with it, right?
Yes.
So build your series the other direction.
Yeah.
You're getting a Superman movie, but it's only because, Jor-El is back.
Mm.
Or, one of, who was the other guy with the beard in the mirror in Superman 3? Anyway, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, because DC also has a lot better B, C, D tier heroes that come with great villains. That's the difference. I think Marvel has a stronger A, tier heroes, but I think DC just has, like I said, B, C, D if you really want to. I love them.
So let's take this to another level. What if you had, and this has never been a comic book, and why it's never been a comic book, I don't know. Mr. Freeze and Captain Cold hanging out together.
Yeah. And what's her face? Killer Frost.
And Killer Frost, right. Okay. So you've got these guys. Well, that gives you an excuse to have Batman and Green Arrow and the Flash.
Yeah. Exactly.
But they don't have to carry the movie. These villains can carry the movie.
Yeah. That is good.
Just saying.
Yeah. I just wish, I hope they didn't scrap the Authority. I don't know if you guys heard that before. The engineer being in the trailer, how were they going to explain it later?
I'll be honest. I was worried about the Authority to begin with because of who created the Authority.
Yeah. And also, I hate to say it, but with the gay level and everything with this freaking atmosphere we're in now.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily the problem, but I think anything that was written as much as it was by Warren Ellis is going to be a problem for Warner.
Then you just say engineer's a clone. She's not the real engineer then? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you do the Authority in this climate at all.
Yeah.
Not even just the character base, but like written by someone who is canceled. But we'll see. No, the other thing I would say about this is that when it comes to Superman, and Jay hates when I say this, they need to just let him go away. And the reason being is there any film you can make, and James Gunn is doing his damnedest, I believe. Is there any film you can make about Superman that won't be disappointing?
Jay?
because of how important, how quintessential, how big that character is, how much people cling to what that character is, how important he is to so many. You cannot live up to the hype that it has to live up to. It just can't. Right? Like, it'd be like me going through and watching Game of Thrones now. After all the hype for Game of Thrones, it can never live up to the hype that everybody else put on it.
It's true.
To come back. So stop making Superman movies. Stop making Batman movies. Stop making Wonder Woman movies. What Iron Man was a D-level character at Marvel when they made Iron Man. Thor was a D-level character at Marvel when they made Thor. Hulk was a C-level character when they made Hulk. Start lower, build your universe, and then get to your A-level character, which was the Avengers, right? Which was Cap. Like, those characters were A-level, but you laid the groundwork with some bottom-tier guys that weren't, and when I say bottom-tier, I mean they weren't selling. Marvel was considering canceling titles for those characters because they weren't selling.
And they're still not now.
They do the movies and they pop up. Now you can do an Avengers movie because all those books are selling and people are buying Avengers books.
I want a Justice League Dark. Start with the
I just got Jade, didn't I?
Hey, it wasn't me. I thought it was me.
Oh!
I thought it was me. Man, StreamYard is just not being kind to us tonight.
But does it hit Castle?
No, too scared. Too scared, man. Too scared. But I can kind of agree with Kyle on that. But again, I'm the worst person to ask about Superman just because there's nothing Superman I don't love. Like there really is nothing. Like there are things that I like less than others, but I've been waiting a long time. Oh, okay. I've been waiting a long time for another Superman movie. Like, BVS to me wasn't Man of Steel 2. I never got my other, like, I never got my sequel to Superman Returns.
Right.
Like, the only thing I've had sequels to is the original 78 Superman, which is fine with me. I can watch all 4 of those movies. Doesn't bother me one bit. Guilty pleasures 3 or 4. 1 and 2
like
are solid.
I like 3. I
Sure.
remembered watching that in the theaters, loving the Dark Superman.
Dude, that to me saves that movie.
Oh yeah,
That
that
fight
fight.
in the junkyard, man.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
I just found out that, did you know he was wearing a wig in that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't know that, because I didn't know he had LaQuisha. No. What what's the name of the hair loss? When you have bad hair. Gosh darn it. And now I'm here.
Yep, by yourself.
LaPecha.
Alopecia.
Alopecia, LaQuisha, Natasha, something like that. But, yeah, I didn't know he had that.
That's
Alopecia.
That is, yeah, that is crazy.
But what you think about? Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I still haven't brought myself to watch Superman. I have it. It's been sitting in my watch list. I have not brought myself to watch it yet. I really want to, but I need a good day and a half to cry.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either, and I have to. I have to see it. I'm too nervous to see it. But what happened is I watched this one channel. I forget the name of it, but he does like 10 things you didn't know. And they did a thing on Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
And Supergirl, he was supposed to be in it. Christopher Reeve. He was supposed to be in it. And in the last minute, because of Superman 3 not doing well, he said no. Nope. That is why, if you got to watch it again. That is why it's not explained, like when she comes out of the lake the first time, she's wearing a Supergirl outfit. Why would she be wearing a Supergirl outfit? It's because her cousin was supposed to be there to teach her how to do things. So that's why there's a lot of plot holes. So, yeah.
But anyway, before I get knocked out again, watching the trailer, here's what I'm going to say. Trailer, I was already excited. Trailer's got me more excited. I'm not saying that I think this movie is going to be $3 billion and everyone's going to love it. It's going to be the best movie ever. But what I'm saying is I am excited. I'm excited to see it. I like the fact that it feels like they gave Corn Sweat's Superman is not so much dorky Clark Kent. You could definitely tell there's a shift at the beginning of that trailer from his Clark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you can definitely tell it's a shift. And yes, and I love that. He's that
oh boy.
Jay's internet is having an outage in his
Hey.
area.
Mm.
I just texted him. You should try and hook it to your phone, man. I don't know how long my internet's going to hold out. I'm having the same outage in my area.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's been a problem. But I don't remember the last time I watched Christopher Reeve Superman. I don't know that I could now.
I think the last time I saw 2. The last time I saw Superman 2 was that Donner cut, and that's the last time I've seen it. I can't tell you the last time I saw 3 or 4. So
Well, because you don't hate yourself that much.
yeah, I didn't mind 3. I
It
really
was
did.
okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, 4 was, and I remember, and I was just telling Jay, I don't know if you heard, because of Superman 3 not doing well, that he was supposed to be in Supergirl. And he, at first he was going to do it, then not.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went to him to Superman for Superman 4, and he turned it down. But then they said, if you give me creative control and make sure it's good and all stuff like that. So I remember that coming out, while growing up. And so we all thought this Superman 4, if he's back, this is a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't turn out like, so it's a shame. It's a shame. I really wish he was in Supergirl, but
I always wonder what would have happened if, again, Superman 4 had been good, if he had been in Supergirl, if he hadn't gotten hurt, if all of that stuff, where would this conversation take place, right? Would we be talking about the decades-long run that DC had? Like, Joel Schumacher's still going to ruin Batman, sure. But
you can't deny that 89, the hype and everything was
right. Would that have been a dip off of a very high peak before returning?
Oh yeah.
As opposed to kind of where we're at now, where it's arguably DC hasn't had a great movie in 25 years.
Aquaman was great. It made $1 billion.
Castle.
I know. I'm kidding.
So do people who make sardines in cans. Like, that doesn't make them good.
Yeah, that's true.
The gefilte fish industry is a $1 billion industry, but that doesn't mean you want to eat them.
No.
Like,
no, but you're right. Well, I did like the first Wonder Woman. That movie was really good.
That it wasn't a great movie.
No.
Like, they haven't had an Endgame level movie. They haven't had a Gone with the Wind, like this movie that's just like, this is the moment.
Yeah.
And maybe they would have if I think the last really special movie they did was Heath Ledger. Was, that Batman movie, the Nolan Batman films. But that third one of those was a real stinker too.
You're right. Right. And I didn't care for them. They're good movies, don't get me wrong, but they're not good Batman movies. So
which is why I think we need good Joker movies.
Yeah. Well, look at the first Joker, and that was
I didn't like it.
The Joker. I hated, but I didn't even see the second one. I did
right, no.
The first one.
But they had the Heath Ledger Joker movie that was disguised as a Batman movie that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe it sits different.
That's true.
But
yeah, it would have been, because Superman 2, I thought Superman 2 was better than the first one, but it didn't make that much. It didn't make as much as the first movie, so
right.
They thought that, and then of course when the third one, with or without Richard Pryor, it would have been the same. It would have done the same, but that fourth one really hurt. That was really
Yeah.
bad. That was really, really, really bad. And then
Yeah, no.
what happens if whatchamacallit? If Nicolas Cage's Superman, if that came out.
We all gouge our eyes out with dull spoons.
I have it here. My friend, do I have it? I don't know where it is. My friend directed the document of that movie. You know, and he's not with us anymore. But yeah, he's the one that directed it, and that's a great documentary if you've ever seen it.
The only film of that era, or only thing from that era, I wish we would have gotten was the Adrian Pilecki Wonder Woman.
Yeah, they did a pilot, right?
Yeah, and I love Annie. She's such a good actress and such a good friend that I would want to see her be able to play Wonder Woman. I think she would have done a great job. I'm glad they didn't, because it means we got the Orville.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, good enough trade for me.
But yeah, same here. Same here.
And it also means she got to write a couple of really great comics. So shout out to that. But
that's true. That is true.
You
what
know,
it's now? What is she doing now?
They just finished up the Orville.
I haven't seen the last. When's the last season?
It's coming out. It's like it's going to be on a streamer.
Okay.
Like Fox canceled it, and they did a final season on a streamer. I'm pretty sure Seth paid for it himself.
I love that. Ugh.
I haven't talked to her in a while. I think she's probably going to take a little break. And come back with. They're developing a couple of the comic books she did into shows.
Really?
Or into movies. They're trying to get them developed, so they're working on scripts. I had put her forward for something with a book I'm pretty sure you read. The Last Spartan.
Of course.
Tyler Maine's book.
Yeah.
I was talking to him a week and a half ago now, and talking about volume 2 of that book. But I go, are you still working on getting it developed for screen? And he goes, yeah. I go, okay.
Oh,
here's a name you should consider.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He goes, oh, I love her. I go, yeah, she'd be great in this.
Yeah.
But he's working on a volume 2. He needed a new writer. So I sat with him for a while and we brainstormed some ideas for writers for it. Because Priest can't write volume 2.
Why?
He's unavailable.
He's too busy with Vampirella and everything?
He's too busy with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So no, so I think the name I gave them, and I don't know that they're going to go this route, is Dennis Camp.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean his Bloodshot would be perfect for that.
Yeah, he was so nice to us at MegaCon and all. So yeah, I would like to see. I definitely would like to see. I want to see volume 2. I need it. It was so good, so good. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this one. The still of Christian Bale as Al Davis and Nicolas Cage as Madden.
Yeah.
I don't need to see Nicolas Cage eat a football live on screen. So I don't know if Jay's gonna make it back.
All right.
He hasn't texted me. There you go.
Yes.
Jay, are you gonna make it back, or should Castle and I just talk for a while? Because I don't even remember what was on the agenda to talk about. So
he had the trailer, and movies that are coming out. That was it.
Oh, the other night, Jen and I had done the hangout during the second shift lunch. Jay and I's live sale on Mondays, and we had Jen on, and she was hanging out. We were going to hang out later in the night live on the air while we were processing comics. Decided not to, and I watched a movie called Nobody. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah. What's I forget his name, but the
Bob
sequel's
Odenkirk.
yeah, the sequel's coming out.
Yeah, I watched it
Yeah.
because I saw a trailer for the sequel. I'm like, oh, this
Okay.
looks fun.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
Yeah, because you don't see it coming, and then poof, then
Right. You don't see Bob Odenkirk as an action hero,
no.
especially because like I became aware of Bob Odenkirk on Mr. Show,
Oh,
like right when he was doing sketch comedy with
Yeah.
David Cross, like, and now he's like a serious dramatic actor. I'm like, this is weird.
yeah.
Very excited for that movie. Is there anything that you've seen previews for other than Superman that you're excited for?
You know what? Actually, no. I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't like the Fantastic Four trailer. I'm still going and all stuff like that. But no, don't. One thing I'm looking forward to is Wednesday, the second season.
Yeah.
So that and yeah, I don't know what's movies coming out.
Yeah, I don't either. But that's the thing. Like, I don't watch trailers. We were discussing this on our leadership meeting. I don't watch trailers. And the reason I don't watch trailers, and we've talked about this a bunch on the XP, is that if I watch a trailer, especially for a comic book movie, I've spent my whole life reading and following comics. So I can usually figure out what story I expect you to tell. Then when you don't tell that story, I get mad. Even if I was like off, I still get mad. Whereas if I don't watch a trailer, I come into a movie absolutely blind. You could tell me whatever story you're going to tell me, and I'm just good with it.
Uh-huh.
Unless you name your movie Captain America: Civil War and then make it about Iron Man and not about the Civil War storyline. So let's see. New Final Destination is in theaters Friday.
Yeah.
Have you seen the marketing they're doing for this?
Yeah.
With the semis?
On the log trucks.
Log trucks? Yeah. That is terrifying to me as a
God, yes.
millennial.
Lilo and Stitch. That's the movie. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
That'll be fun. Yes. The live action How to Train Your Dragon doesn't look the worst.
That looks pretty good.
Right, doesn't look the worst.
Nope. That looks good. There's not that much big this week. You know? I mean, this summer.
Another Mission Impossible movie. The Final Reckoning. If the guy doesn't die at the end of this movie, someone needs to slap Tom Cruise in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Have you watched them?
The first one?
Yeah, me.
There are like 37 of them. Who has the time?
I only saw the first one. So good.
Right. They come out faster than weekly sitcoms.
Yeah.
There's a film that I don't know anything about. It's probably a pretty indie feature. Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson. Called Friendship. That looks interesting.
That does look interesting. I think it's out now, but only like 1,000 theaters, and then they're going to open it open. So it's not going to be like a huge hit. But
I do have. Good.
No, but I think it will do well.
I do have my tickets already for this.
Oh, Dogma! A bunch of us are going to it from work at the comic book store. A bunch of us are definitely going to see that.
I think. I can't confirm. We're still working out the details, but I think I'm going with Ming.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he'll be in town that week. We're supposed to hang out. Despicable Me 4, I'm always excited for Despicable Me movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see anything really coming up that like hits me.
Yeah, and I'm not just talking about everything sucks if it's not a superhero movie. No,
No.
no, I love, going to the theaters and all and watching whatever, Thunderbolts I enjoyed. That was good, but there were other things in the theaters that I enjoy more. It's not just superhero movies or,
All right. I'm
want-
going to put this on people's radar right now. Friday or Monday. This coming Monday at your local movie theater, if you have one that shows these. They're showing the original Reanimator movie.
Really?
Yeah, as part of one of the Fathom special events.
Oh, okay.
They're
they
showing
did
the
with
original
Star
Reanimator.
Wars? Okay.
And actually, tomorrow, Fathom events. There was today, tomorrow, and Sunday. You can go see Last Crusade in theaters, remastered for theaters.
Oh, wow.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I love the Reanimator too.
in November, they're redoing Rocky 4.
I can't wait. I want to see that. Did you see the director's? It's like a 3-hour. Stallone remastered it.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it as much. Did you?
I'll be honest. I don't like Rocky 4 unless it's on cable with commercial breaks.
Oh,
Like there's
geez.
something about that. Well, but that's how I saw it first.
Oh, okay.
There's something about that that's just like special to me.
Oh,
And then for Eddie in the comments and for you and for everybody, July 13th, digitally remastered 50th anniversary edition of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
oh my.
Yeah, that'll be fun to go see. Yeah, those are the Fathom events.
Gosh.
Jay's back. Jay, I'm telling you, your internet is having an outage in your area. I pulled it up on Down Detector.
It's so weird because everything else is working. StreamYard wouldn't let me back in.
But what's your biggest bandwidth suck?
This, right? Yeah. Man.
Yep, I had to turn off Dark Side of the Ring so that I could keep mine working while you were gone.
With Sabu?
I was rewatching the Sandman episode, but then yes, I'm gonna watch the Sheik episode after this. I want to go to his funeral, but it's family only. So some of his wrestling family will be there, but I am staying away. So
Well, okay, big wrestling fan. I have a coworker who used to be a wrestler. His name is Jimmy Janetti, and he used to wrestle on the ECW and all that. He actually just went to a con and all. And him and I have a big talk about what do you think about the stories that use an AI for the wrestlers, how they were, and then how they would look now, if they didn't pass away. I would love to get your thoughts about, do you think that's good? Do you think it's bad? Because I hear people both ways. They like to see them, if they were now, and seeing them waving or actually maybe talking or something like that. What do you think about those things?
I think any use of AI is a bad use of AI.
Okay, done. What about you, Jay?
That was an oversimplification. I will elaborate a little bit because, we use AI as an editing tool here on the EXP now. But we're not generating anything from it. We're using it to timestamp things.
Sure. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Any use of generative AI is a bad use of AI. I didn't like it when they did it to Peter Cushing. I didn't like it when they did it to Carrie Fisher. I don't like that they're doing it to wrestlers. If there's something to be said for using a body double like on Dark Side of the Ring, where they're dressing people up. There's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for even doing a had Owen Hart not died, here's what he would look like, age progression photo, like a Photoshop thing.
Right.
But to reanimate these people through AI is just a mistake. Jay's froze again.
Either that he is in deep in thought of what you and I are
No,
talking about.
because otherwise his hand movement, his hand placement would change. It's a little awkward. But no, I think any use of generative AI is bad use of AI.
Yeah, he did not like it, my friend, because he was like, one, they don't look, he goes, I know they wouldn't look like that. There's no way. And he goes, right. It's just, he thought it was creepy. So.
Right. No, it's true. I mean, and you know, like Jimmy Janetti is one of those guys that like had his moment and you know, it just kind of moves on from there, right? Like you go on with your life and you do something different. There's a lot of these guys that never do. And so I can see the temptation to dive into the AI. Well, if I hadn't gotten cut from WWE, what would I have done? You know, if I hadn't this, but it's just a bad moment. It's just a bad look.
Yeah.
Not good. So, now was Jimmy age-wise younger brother to Marty?
No.
Okay.
No. They hated each other.
Got it.
Hated.
That's what I didn't know.
They're not related and all. And people thought they were. And that Jimmy, every time somebody asked him, he was like, not just no, but hell no. Because I'm hearing that he wasn't a great guy, Marty. So.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. Ed, we should talk about some of the things that I'm working on with Black Hills as it relates to AI and your voice. But anyway. So, Jay, because your internet is holding out, do you have anything you want to add in like the last minute of the show?
Yay, Jay.
Stick with holograms.
Same will AIJ there. So when he goes out, nobody would know the difference.
I mean, the whole reason we did this the way we did was so I wouldn't have internet problems anymore. And then, you know, the one time it's like, hey man, I might not be able to make it to the show. I'm like, sure, I'll cover it. And then that's when it decides.
So just so you guys know, right now EA Games is down, Apex Legends is down, Frontier Communications is down, Spectrum is having a major outage, SeatGeek is down, T-Mobile is having a major outage, Verizon's having a major outage, AT&T is slow, Stream is slow, Discord is slow, Roblox is running like a champ. Kick is down.
The aliens, they got us. They're taking over everything.
Netflix is having some outages. The EA app is having some outages. Walmart is down. So, like, there is a serious internet issue tonight.
Yeah. Wanted to talk about.
He wanted to talk about.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
TJ, yes, Cox is one of the ones that seems like it's running. It does sound like a good night to nap, K-pop. I'm going to take Jay out. Apparently, Jay scored a touchdown. I thought I saw some movement, but we're going to do this. Hold on, I need to take a screenshot of touchdown Jay. Oh man, his internet came back and he moved. Crap. All right, everybody. Stay tuned for shows tomorrow that'll hopefully run smoother than they did tonight. The internet hopefully will be back tomorrow. I know we won't have as severe thunderstorms here tomorrow as we did today. So that'll be good. Tomorrow night, Miss Jen has a killer collection that she's doing. She's been going through with some of the stuff we were looking at on Monday night with Jay and I. Then the Geek Chat is going to Geek Chat, man. They're going to be honest with you about what they think about things.
I love
then
that.
Mel and Mog are back with Jean-Paul Japes Duchamp, the artist who will be there. So they will be there tomorrow. Then Friday, Matthias Lewis will have Torma and Karina Bechko on the show. They have Blood Type, EC Blood Type #1 coming out, or on FOC. That are going to talk about that. Then on Nikki's original art show, he's going to have some killer original art. I saw some covers, some affordable covers, I think.
Can you buy
Unless
me?
I read the document wrong.
Can you buy me one?
No, because I'm still on a payment plan from the last piece of art I bought from that guy. And then Nancy will be back. Nancy, guys. So Jen and Nancy will have
Good night.
The
Ed.
Future Is hardcovers for you available. So make sure you check that out. Remember, it's exclusive here. You can't get this other places. You can't go to Castle Store and buy this thing, man.
What?
It doesn't exist there. So, yeah, everybody, if you want to hear Jay's thoughts on the trailer and other things, check out the Hydra Hangout Saturday at 9, assuming his internet is better. Visit Castle at...
I don't know where. Where am I?
Your shop.
No, at Past, Present, Future Comics in West Palm Beach and Davie. But, of course, I got a Castle's Corner coming out later. I sent it to Jay, so it will probably take him 2 weeks to get it up. So it will be up. No, I'm kidding.
At this point, he's going to spend all night downloading and just get the tip of Castle's hair. Like it's going to be like the old days when you had dial-up and you were trying to download a photo.
Yeah, and working a lot at the store, comic book store, loving it. And you can follow me on Instagram at John_Castle. You'll get me. And just loving life right now. So living.
Then I think that guy is going to join me 4 to 6 on Sunday for Weekend Warriors live sale here on the EXP.
That's right.
So, Jay will have a whole nother day to figure out what's going on with his internet. He only has to work Friday. That's the only time it has to work, bro. Friday.
Do it.
So,
do it.
All right. So, everybody, for Jay, who is sitting at his desk crying, I can see it. Tears are falling, which is probably why his internet's not going to work. He's going to drown it. And for Castle and for everybody else, I have been Kyle. I wasn't even supposed to be here today. We'll see you next time.
Join the party. Head over to our Linktree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.